All right, tomorrow we are
doing something really hard.
Something we've never done before. We are hiking 4 pass in one day. All right, things took a turn. There's lightning, thunder, so we're out. Thank God we have this bailout.
We didn't die.
Did it go as planned?
We exactly planned.
Exactly as planned.
You're definitely gonna have to do a voiceover to explain this one.
Yeah.
We did not get the plot.
Yep, things took a turn and a voiceover is definitely needed. But let's rewind and start from the beginning. Yeah, just left Twin Lakes. We've been parked in Twin Lakes for the past little bit. We've been from spot to spot, but we've been there for a hot second with a awesome group of people. 4 Pass Loop, it's like 28 miles, 8,000 feet of elevation, maybe 7,500. We're doing it in one day. We're gonna trail run it, we're packed super light, bring everything we need.
It's gonna be a challenge.
Now on to the next campsite, and we'll keep you guys posted throughout this journey.
So then it's gonna be a party after we do 4 Pass.
Exactly, I can't wait for that beer and pizza. It's gonna taste so good. How do you feel? No thoughts, just vibes? Yeah, same. Like I said, we were in the Twin Lakes area for a long while, but it was finally time to say goodbye and head to Crested Butte for this adventure. Alright, this is the current status of everything. We've got some stuff to get together, that is for sure. So let's pack everything, test out our layers, and lay everything out so that for the rest of the evening we can just eat dinner, get a good night's sleep before we wake up in the morning. Alright, here's the food I'm taking. I've got 3,000 plus calories right here, which is hard to believe because it doesn't look like much. Getting things ready, get the backpack, more food.
First aid and clothes. What we're packing.
That's kind of all it is, food, first aid, and clothes.
Pretty much. Emergency blanket.
Hopefully we don't have to use it. After getting things ready and prepping for tomorrow, we headed to the trailhead. Our intention was to sleep at the trailhead for the night to avoid doing this drive at 3:30 in the morning, but after getting farther up the dirt road, we decided to turn around because the road got minorly sketchy 2 miles from the trailhead. So we headed back to our friend's Airbnb to do exactly what we were trying to avoid. Wake up at 3 a.m. to drive to that same trailhead, but this time in a truck that didn't have our house attached to it. Right.
4:30.
We're hiking. We're moving. 4:30 in the morning. Let's do it. Feeling good, I think. Within the first few miles of the trail, we saw a moose and somehow missed our turnoff to do the trail counterclockwise, which in hindsight, we are very thankful we accidentally took that wrong turn. You'll see why.
I think we tapped out for good there.
Damn, guys. Good. Next stop. We topped out over that first pass in the dark and we were feeling good. After doing lots of other big hikes here in Colorado, that first pass felt like nothing. Either that or it was just dark and we were all in our headlamp bubbles. All right, the sun is out. We have our headlamps off and we're still walking.
36. How many miles?
We're at 5.81.
And we're already way over the first pass.
Way over the first pass, baby. Yeehaw. Since we were trying to do this in one day, we tried to keep a quick pace, especially when going downhill and in the flats.
Yeah, that's true. Oh, yeah. Yeah!
We're going over the next pass. Coming up our second pass, Trail Rider, was absolutely unreal. The aspen trees were starting to change colors for the season, and the views got better and better as we climbed higher. This was definitely one of the steeper passes on the trail, but the vibes were high and we were still feeling fresh. Almost to 10 miles. There's a bear up there. What? 10 miles.
1/3. Boom, done. Still got some ways to go up and over that. And back down, and then we'll be halfway through the hike. We're stoked. Look at that lake. Oh, this is sick.
All right, we're at 11.5 miles. Almost to the top of Trail Rider Pass. Feeling good. Popped some Advil. Gonna have a good snack break at the top. And yeah, it's freaking epic out here. But my legs hurt. So yeah.
This side is crazy looking at
Snack break. Going into this, we knew it was going to be difficult. Casey and I had never done this kind of mileage with this kind of elevation in a day, let alone running some of it. But since being in Colorado, we both felt pretty in shape and ready to tackle this mission. And it made it even better having our friends Rachel and Joe with us on this adventure. They were actually the ones who invited us on this journey just a few weeks ago after meeting them for the first time. These are the kind of friends you've got to keep close.
That is crazy.
Oh, also, before coming to Colorado, we never really had much interest in trail running. But since being here, something clicked and we are now addicted. After some nice downhill, we made it to Snowmass Lake, which was just under the halfway point for us. We took a nice snack break and refilled up on water, and then it was time to move on to pass number 3. We are at mile 15.6, 6 hours, 25 minutes. We're making it to the base of the third pass, Buckskin, and over halfway there. Feeling good, feeling fresh. The snacks are going down. And yeah, still walking. All right, so at this point, we knew there was a storm that was supposed to roll in around 4 to 5 p.m. And later that night, snow was in the forecast. We were prepared for rain, but since we were moving so quick, we didn't think we would hit anything gnarly. And the skies were still fairly clear, so we kept trekking on. And finally, around noon, we made it to the top of our third pass. Slowly but surely, more clouds started to roll in, so we kept our time at the top short and began our descent down.
Sick. Just made it to the top of Buckskin, the third pass of 4 pass loop. We're stoked. We got one more pass to go. We're getting down their mileage. Toasted, but stoked.
So it just started hailing. We just stopped to fill up water. We got our rain jackets on. We have one more pass. 10 miles, less than 10. And yeah, we got this. So let's go. Finish it off. All colors though. Wow. We're in front of some horses, so we're moving slow. It could be like that. It's okay though. The sky grew into darker shades of gray, and we knew we needed to pick up the pace even more. This storm was rolling in way quicker and a lot sooner than we originally anticipated.
But right now, plan A is I'm hiking East Peru.
Alright, so we got an updated forecast. We got some hail coming down on us, it looks like. There's some really gnarly storms. Don't want to get hit by lightning because that would suck. 100% chance of rain. It doesn't say thunder.
right now.
Yeah.
You hear that?
It says, yeah, 0.12 inch.
And we are continuing through the storm. If it gets worse, we're just gonna sprint back here to these trees. But we got like 1 mile and 1,000 feet of vert to get over this last pass. So, run.
After waiting out some pretty gnarly thunder below tree line for a good 20 to 30 minutes, we decided to keep moving. And the next thing we know, it started to snow.
Down or up?
What do you think?
I say up.
0.3 miles is like 200-300 feet, I think.
At this point, our bodies were exhausted and the adrenaline was pumping. All Trails was saying we were roughly 0.5 miles and a couple hundred feet of elevation away from the top of that last pass, and then we had a 3-mile downhill to where the truck was parked. It sounded simple, But this storm was not getting better. It was only getting worse, and we needed to make a decision. All right, so things took a turn. We were very close to the last pass and like 4 miles away from the car. But there's lightning, thunder, and it started snowing. So we're out, heading back to Aspen to hopefully get a ride back to Crested Butte.
Thank God we have this bailout.
And that was how we ended up here. Thank goodness we accidentally took that wrong turn in the beginning, because otherwise, this bailout plan to Aspen would have been at mile 8 instead of 20. We were soaked to the core, our bodies were hurting, and we had to whip out the emergency blankets in the parking lot handicap bathroom as we waited for our emergency contact to come pick us up. I am so grateful we had all the right gear with us, and we had 2 satellite communicators. Also immensely grateful for our friend Abby, who drove 3 hours from Crested Butte to come rescue us and let us absolutely soak her van. Including our bailout to Aspen, we ended up clocking in at 32 miles and 8,700 feet of elevation. Those last miles were some of the toughest I've ever done, mentally and physically, and I can't say I would want to be in this situation again. After a much-needed stop at Wendy's and one of the best naps of my life, we made it back to Crested Butte at around 11 p.m. Took a hot shower and got horizontal real quick.
That's my water bottle.
And again, Abby is an actual legend for picking us up and letting us destroy her van with emergency blankets and wet socks.
Oh, look at the cows.
We're moving to Colorado, miss. It is the next day. We made it out. We slept a lot, and
We didn't even sleep that much. We got like 7.5 hours of sleep.
we got like 7.5 hours of sleep.
But it was amazing.
This is gonna have to be a whole other story of me sitting down in front of the camera to just debrief what happened yesterday.
What
of
just happened?
Abby picking us up, us sitting in a handicapped bathroom with our emergency blankets all soaking wet, waiting an hour for Abby to come pick us up, Abby coming to pick us up, driving 3 hours, falling asleep in the back of her van, and eating Wendy's chicken nuggets, and then falling asleep with them on me. It was a freaking day, and as awful as a lot of it was, I think it was really fun, and I think that's kind of weird for me to say this soon, but it was a great adventure, and I think I would be saying things differently if one of us got really injured or if we didn't make it back down the mountain, but I could confidently say that it was a good time because we were all safe and
Didn't press the SOS button.
didn't press the SOS button, and we figured it out, and yeah, it was such a fun day, and now we're gonna go get some bagels and then head to camp and probably do some stretching and sleep for the rest of today because Lord knows that we need it.
Yo, how about being like, we hit a bail, it was the 4th pass, and we were so freaking close to the top, maybe 3 miles to the car. Like from that point that we turned around, maybe 3 or 4 miles to the car.
Yeah.
And then when we turned around, it was like 6 miles to Aspen, where Abby
Yeah.
had to drive 3 hours to pick us up when we were on the mountain freezing and sent her a message on the inReach. And then she had to drive 3 hours back with all of us in her van, stinky and wet. So it was
It was
crazy.
one heck of a day, and I can't really process it or tell the story how it needs to be told at this very moment because I'm still 3 sips into my coffee and I need a bagel. So we'll just talk about that later. But
Everyone's safe.
everybody's safe, and that's what matters. And that was our adventure. If this taught us anything, it's to always have an emergency blanket, never forget our Garmin inReach, and to have a bailout plan if things go south. Also, never trust the weather. It changes in the mountains on a dime and can get serious real quick. Next time we do 4 Pass, I have a feeling it'll be a multi-day trip in the summertime. But for now, we've got some recovery to do and some naps to be had. Over and out, Far Out Stoke.